This is a very interesting bill. Some may not think that it is as it's as needed as it should be, but I think this bill is interesting. Walk me through its House. Did it pass the House? The AG it passed the House. This a bill that would allow the AG to look into city officials if they commit a crime. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago when it was in the House. It made it to the Senate where you're the sponsor, and then it got sent to the 14th order, which, for everybody who doesn't know, that's where you amend bills on the floor. Walk me through why this bill is important for us.
Yeah, certainly. It deals with corruption, and corruption in government is obviously something that we have to be constantly aware of, and we have to have solutions for citizens to seek a solution if there's corruption. And so I've actually been getting emails from people that are dealing with exactly the kind of issues that this legislation was created to address. And so I'm going to have to start bringing those issues to the people that were a little bit reluctant to pass it through the committee. And because they were asking, they're like, do you have specific instances? And I didn't bring up specific instances in the committee hearing, but I have plenty of them flooding into my email. So I'm going to be passing those on and being like, hey, this is something we need to address. There are, I'd say, legitimate concerns about some past behavior of a prior AG where they went into at the county level and caused some issues on what I would say were very minor issues, and they may have been politically motivated. I know that's the concern of the committee members who weren't supportive of this bill or were only supportive of it going to the amending order. So I'm hopeful that I can kind of bring them around, or I can find a way to modify it to address their concerns. But it's definitely necessary. What we have in this case, right now the AG can go into the counties and address criminal issues with elected officials, and they can and they can do investigations and figure out what's going on. But at the city level, it's the counties that do that. Well, I mean, in my district, the city and the county are so close together that it would be a pretty awkward situation for the prosecuting attorney to go into the city and deal with anything at that level. So I think it makes total sense that you could bring the AG in that situation. So I'm hopeful that we can do something still, but that's their concern is from past AG's behavior and what they did at the county level that they felt was totally unwarranted.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm very curious to know some of these specific cases as well, because highlighting these stories that prove the need for this bill is going to be very crucial to help it get through. So maybe I'll talk to you offline. I can get some of these stories and see if anybody wants to come forward to talk about their claims. Very interesting, very powerful stuff. All right, Senator. Idea. Yeah, great. Okay, good. Now last session you were very bullish on the pro-family and traditional families, traditional values and such like that. I hope we get to see some more of that this year, because I know some of that stuff didn't really make it through in terms of the resolutions and stuff. I mean, there were some important bills that you helped pass to protect children. So I hope to see more of that coming down the line. But what can you tell the people that lies ahead and that's in your drawer that you hope to pull out here soon?
Can you say that again? It was breaking up really bad. There's an issue on the connection.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to allow you some time to let people know what sort of things might be in your drawer that you'll be pulling out here when it comes to families and children and stuff, because I know that's a big issue for you.
Yeah. So I just that resolution to have a traditional family values month in Idaho. There was some concerns, and I think I can see the concerns that it leaves out some of the situations where you have single mothers or single fathers, and it doesn't bring them into the equation. And so I added a line just recognizing the sacrifices and the difficult situation that single parents are often in into the resolution. And I think that having addressed that, I'll be able to get a hearing on that next week. So I'm really hopeful that if you remember last session that passed through the House to have a traditional family values month from Mother's Day to Father's Day every year, and to celebrate different portions of the family during that period of time. As we all know, the incidence of divorce is going up, people getting married later, having fewer children. And the goal of this is to celebrate the family and to just put that to the forefront and say, this is what a healthy family looks like. This is what's healthy for our society. And so I'm really hopeful that we can get this across the finish line. I'm starting it in the Senate this year. I know that the House State Affairs Chair is supportive of it. And I think that I've gotten to the point where I can get a hearing shortly on it. So I have other legislation dealing with children. I have one that I'm gonna bring forward for the third time to protect grade school age children from any kind of sexual training, radical gender theory. So I'm going to bring that back forward again. I'm hopeful that I can get that through the process this time. It's been baffling to me that I couldn't in the past, but I think that some of the barriers are gone now. So.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we highlighted a story that the Kootenai Journal did up here in your neck of the woods on this accreditation agency that does accreditation for K through 12 schools. That is all a DEI. It's all embedded in there, and so these school. I have a feeling that the school districts and a lot of these schools are fearing removing anything that might go against what the accreditations agency says they need to have, because they might lose accreditation. So hopefully once your higher ed DEI goes through, we can look into this DEI problem in our public schools, and it might help address some of the things that you're looking forward.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, and we could continue that task force and just give it a new charge. It was focused mostly on the secondary education or post-secondary, and so we could go and look at, most of that's in high school because it's the required accreditation starts grades 9 through 12 for schools to be able to participate in athletic activities and things like that. So, it's crazy how it used to be that these accrediting agencies were regional. They probably had like the local flavor, of their communities, and then it slowly consolidated till we now have accreditation for our K through 12 that is accrediting agency that covers all of the country, and I think even around the world, which is Cognia. So yeah, I see that as something that we definitely need to look into further. We need to look at the accreditation at the university level as well. So there's still work to be done.
Yeah, and we're so thankful that you're there. You're also in a leadership position in the Senate, so that's good news should be good news for Idahoans. So to see that. All right, Senator Toews, thank you so much. Where can people follow you and maybe sign up for a newsletter or something to keep tabs and help you out when you need it?
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to serve. You can sign up for my Substack. So if you go on Substack, you'll find me pretty easily. It's Ben for Idaho, Ben the number 4 Idaho, and then my website's the same thing, benforidaho.com. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you, Senator. We'll check it back with you soon.